Let me show you how I made my first $1 million. Now, I don't come from money. I lived a very average life growing up, but I understood something that most people don't. Let me show you. I posted this today on X. If your entire view of the crypto market comes from X, you won't see this. But other platforms like TikTok, the sentiment around crypto is overwhelmingly negative and bearish. It's a constant stream of short-term technical analysis, fear-based content, and very little macro perspective, looking further down the road than a couple of months, looking down the road a couple of years. This is the problem, and let me tell you why. As we know, crypto is a new asset class, right? Which means most people entering crypto today, they're first-time investors. What they're being taught is wait for this perfect bottom. And all they're seeing is negative sentiment, so they don't want to buy. The same goes for when we start going up. People will tell you that there's going to be this perfect time to sell, and there's really never any perfect time to sell. This is why we talk about selling on the way up, buying on the way down. So instead of simply buying and holding through volatility and selling gradually into strength, the strategy that actually works, it's worked for me, it's worked for many people, they try to time it every single time. They follow different traders they've never met. They over leverage. They have lack of discipline. They get liquidated. Again, instead of just simply buying over time, holding through volatility and selling gradually into strength, having some patience. The other side of it is because of the sentiment that's negative and so confusing, and you got to time it. And then they don't time it right. No one ever does. So they never buy at all. Because all they see is this fear, uncertainty, doubt. It's called FUD. And eventually the market turns around. They miss a generational opportunity, not because crypto failed, but because their information diet did. So while everybody's telling you to stay away from crypto, this is happening. Ethereum staking, all-time high. Transactions, all-time high. Centralized exchange reserves, all-time low. Think about that for a minute. Look at this. This is Ethereum available. People are buying the shit out of it. Big money. They're buying the shit out of it. BlackRock, why do you think they're all in on Bitcoin and Ethereum? There's a reason behind this. No, instead of simply buying over time, holding through volatility and selling gradually into strength, the strategy that actually works, they try to time the market. See, I understood this. I understood everything that I was just telling you. And it made me my first $1 million before I was 30 years old. It changed my entire life, changed the trajectory of my entire life, my family's life, my children's life. And it took time though. It took years. People fail to understand this, maybe because they're never taught or because they're impatient. But the reality of it is, it took me 7 years to make my first $1 million. People give up after 7 days, 7 weeks, or 7 months. So here's my message to you today. Stop listening to the negativity, because the negativity will never bring you wealth. It will never bring you joy. It will never bring you success. And that's not just in investing. That's in anything in life. Focus on the positive. Focus on what's coming. We see it. That's why I showed you those charts. The biggest wealth transfer in history is happening as we speak. Do not miss this. Do not fuck this up because of fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Maybe you lost on a couple of cryptos at one point, but you're going to win on others. The goal is to outweigh the wins to the losses. That's where dollar cost averaging comes in. That's where having patience. That's where buying quality projects comes in. And here's a strategy for you guys. And a lot of people didn't listen. People don't listen. It's just part of human nature. They look for the quick buck. My portfolio has always been at least 70% in large cap cryptos. That's including Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, Internet Computer, Ondo. Most recently, WorldCoin. We've been a big fan of Internet Computer since $2. We're a big fan of WorldCoin right now. We've been a big fan of XRP and Chainlink for a very long time. And we've seen the volatility. Notice what I said. Instead of simply buying over time, holding through volatility, yes, you're going to see volatility. And it could happen out of nowhere and we didn't expect it. But that doesn't mean that you're not going to go back up. So what most people will do is they will capitulate. They will try to trade. They will try to chase the next shiny object instead of just doubling down, having patience and conviction. And over time, like I said, it took me 7 years to make my first $1 million. But now I can make $1 million in a couple of months. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be for everybody. And the reality of it is most of you won't listen to this. Most of you won't like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Most of you won't even follow. Most of you have already scrolled. Most of the people have already scrolled past this. But the ones that understand this and listen, I think they win. I think they win over time. We've seen this market go up and down. I've seen my projects do hundreds of percent and thousands of percent. I've also seen them dump 90%, 50%, 80%. It always comes back. So when everybody's screaming, run for the hills, don't buy, stay away, you got to ask yourself, are you like everybody else? Do you want to be like everybody else? Make sure you guys like, share, follow. We'll see you guys soon. If you're still here and you haven't checked out the Telegram and the Stan Lake, make sure you go to my profile, check out the Telegram, where we tell you what we're buying, what we're selling, giving you updates on this market, keeping you sane through this crazy volatile crypto market that, again, simply buy over time, holding through volatility and selling gradually into strength, the strategy that actually works. See you guys soon.